So in this video, you're going to see, in the beginning, I initially thought it was a mode door actuator that wasn't switching properly inside the blower box in the back of this hybrid Escape. But that wasn't the case. That used to be an issue back in the day where they used to have to switch this mode door thing out. I've never done this repair before. It's my first time doing it, which I'm very fortunate to be able to experience this. And it took a while for some of the older guys in the shop to start to remember what the issue was back in the day. And I went through like 2 or 3 guys that were giving me recommendations on this vehicle, why this hybrid system would just shut down. And one of the guys came up and said, is the AC working? Because I'm pretty sure that vehicle uses some of the AC cooling with the blower fans in the back on the hybrid battery to keep that hybrid system cool. So if the AC's down, even though the fans and everything are working, that hybrid battery is still going to put it in limp mode, or it's going to shut down the vehicle, because it does use AC cooling as well when the fans are turned on. So in this video, you're going to see I come to a conclusion at the end, and I give you the part numbers and stuff for what's going to fix this. And it's actually 7 to 10 days out. The customer's more than likely going to buy it, but we won't be able to hear back until Monday. So here's the video of me looking at this and trying to get to the bottom of this diagnosis and the actual TSB that coincides with what the repair actually was. Following the pinpoint, or not the pinpoint test, but the technical service bulletin actually led me to the repair on this one. That will be the repair, but we have to wait upwards of 10 days because only the vendor releases the parts, not other Ford dealers. You can't get the parts anywhere else, I was told. So anyway, it ended up not being the mode door actuator, and the actual fans inside the hybrid box are not even turning on during any of the self-test or any of that. They all seem to be getting power. They're just not turning on to actually keep the hybrid system cool. Here's the video. All right, so we're gonna go through and look at this here. This customer actually broke down on the road, and hybrid battery system, it says, was messing up. There's a little actuator back in there that you can barely see. It's a little nub with a little rod that goes down. And this motor gives problems. It doesn't switch, and it will cause an overheating condition with the hybrid battery back here. So the TSB says a POA81 and a POA96. And it says 2005 to 2012 hybrid, 2006 to 2011 Mariner hybrid, may set a DTC. And basically it's that control, it's the same thing that you find in your dash for your HVAC system. The little mode door selector won't switch back and forth, and it causes overheating conditions of the hybrid battery. I'm going to try to run an on-demand self-test on a PCM and see what happens with key on, engine off.
Get the size bigger. Holy shit. Is that bad?
And then we have P1A0 or P1A10, which is hybrid powertrain control module disabled. We're going to do a key on test specifically on engine only. See what happens. I'm not seeing that thing move at all. A little rod back there. I actually found one in here that's not body control module, it's battery control module, and it's performing tests right now, it says. Oh, it moved. It's up top now. It did move down too. Okay. Let's see what it says.
POA81, PO896. It says same thing as before. So when you actually go on Ford's website and you look at the TSB criteria for those codes being set in the computer, it's for the 2005 to 12 Escape and the 2006 to 11 Mariner. It says that may set POA81 battery pack cooling fan control circuit and or POA96 battery pack control or fan 2 control circuit in the traction battery control. These codes by themselves normally do not result in any symptoms that are noticeable to the customer. These DTCs are typically found when diagnosing other drivability concerns, and it says connect IDS. Are these codes present? Does the vehicle have POA81 and or POA96? Yes, it does. Replace both high voltage traction battery cooling fans, which are, here's the part number, here's the kit number for it, and it says only one kit is needed per vehicle. So you'll have to go in and replace both cooling fans. Here's the kicker to this. Those cooling fans use the AC of the vehicle to cool the hybrid battery. So you could follow that TSB and put them in right now, but if you don't verify the AC is working first, you're just going to put those fans in and waste your time when there could be no problem with those fans to begin with, because the actuator is switching back and forth like it's supposed to. First diagnose the AC if there's no AC. So let's figure out why this isn't cold. So I have confirmed it's just a little bit of a low charge, but the AC actually is working. The problem is when you run the battery control module, it never actually turns on the two fans that are underneath the cover back here. So there's a way that you can actually sneak this cover out without pulling this whole entire hybrid battery out of here by loosening all the batteries on this front trim piece, and then the ones on the ones here on this part all the way up to the center. And then you can actually lift up the edge of it a little bit and kind of snake this back piece out of here and go ahead and do your work and replace the two fans in the kit. But you got to de-energize the hybrid battery. It's turning the system off, disconnecting the battery, taking this and turning it to unlock, pulling it out of there, taking it, turning it even more, putting it back down in service shipping mode so there's no voltage, and then you can work on the assembly back here. But I took this out from this slot right here. You can see where the fan openings are, because I wanted to see if, while it was testing, if anything was being pulled in or out of that, and there's nothing at all. So these fans are indeed the problem with why this hybrid system is shutting down. And again, we'll go back to it and we'll look at it one more time. I was told typically these are about a week to 2 out because they're not common, and you're not going to find directions on how to replace them on PTS because the directions come with the fans. And if I go back to TSBs, it is TSB 16-0118. Hybrid diagnostic trouble codes POA81 and or POA96. The kit number is 5M6Z-10 Charlie 659-B. Cooling fan kit. Only one kit is needed. 3.1 hours is what warranty pays. To the customer, they say this is probably more like a 4.5 hour job because warranty cuts you short. After you've done a few of them, obviously you'll get faster, but customer pay should be right at about 4.5 hours for this. All right, I'm gonna go see how long it takes to get this kit.